And we are live. Welcome to the Tactical Devils. I'm your host, and with me tonight I have Stu Wally. No, it's Mick Ruby. Everybody, Mick and Jarvis is back. We are
We're
ready,
back,
and we
baby.
will
We're
be
back.
here with you guys and girls and talk about Harry Amass, Dorgu. We will compare them, talk about the future. The future look bright with youngsters, and we have some updates, latest updates from Roshmano, from all of the big sources. Cunha,
And and
Osimhen.
and Aussie. Oi, oi, oi.
Oi, oi, oi. So, people, we will be back after the break, and I'm glad to see so many of you already have tuned in. So, keep smashing the like while we play the intro. So, see you in a second. Yes, good evening, all. It's Monday night. It's 9 p.m. UK time, and we are back with another Jarvis's Corner on Tactical Devils. And tonight we are co-streaming on MUFC Realist TV with Mick
Woohoo.
Ruby.
Jarvis,
Yes.
you know that gave me Godfather feeling. Like, oh, we got to take care of the family.
Yes.
The intro music. It's like, gotta take care of the family. We gotta recruit a striker.
Well, I love that intro. I love it.
Yeah, me
It's so
too.
retro with all those old players, and yeah, it's and we have our friend the referee also on that intro. I just want to say hi to everybody
Oh,
tuning in.
yeah.
We have Yale Malmin coming in early. Personal terms is both Cunha and Osimhen. We will come to that. Thank you, Yala. We have Gavin Underwood coming in. Big up all. Neil Driscoll turning in always early. Coming in and say Amass Fredrickson the best place yesterday. That bad United had to become really two young players, rely on two young players. And you are right as always, Neil. Ahmad is free from Tenaram is tuning in and say Spurs is currently getting battered
Yeah.
without getting them in the final. Yes, Spurs. We know Spurs.
Yeah.
Bottlers, and they up against Bode Glimt. And I have some breaking news about Bode Glimt too, guys. It's so breaking that no one knows about it yet, but I will show you some footage.
I was actually thinking about that. I don't think that Spurs will, get through the semis. But a good Glint is good.
Ooh, what is bad news for Bode Glimt? Some injury coming up. So
Really?
yes. There was a round tonight in the Norwegian Premier League, so I will show you the footage. But I just want to say hi to everybody tuning in. We have Broderick coming in. Big up. Good to see you, Broderick. Ripple M is tuning in. Danny B is here. Eduardo Almanza is coming in. And Amir Feki. And Johnny K. Hey, Johnny K. Good to see you. Marcel Bednars, DJ Supply Guy, all of you are here. Good to see you, and we are ready to start the show. And guys, girls, if you haven't, smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Drop by Mick's channel, MUFC Realist TV, drop a like, and let's start with the show.
See, another friend of mine is a Triple M in the house as well. Good evening as well.
Yes,
good evening, Triple M.
Big up, Triple M, big up.
Let's kick on the show, Jarvis. It's been a while. A little bit rusty.
It's been a while, but yeah, we are both a little bit rusty. It's been a hard Easter for me. I'm a little bit tired, as everybody tuned in yesterday are aware. Jarvis was out until 5 o'clock in the morning. Old man, it's not good.
Oh, so you're feeling it, can you feel
I didn't feel anything yesterday. I was super fine, super nice. But today, it's like a 24-hour layover. It's not good. It's not good. Yeah. Thomas Vedjanos is here. Hello, eller. And Eduardo coming in with a super chat already. Thank you. And Imo, in my opinion, Dorgu is not impressive. Impressing me so far.
should we start with that topic about the left back position,
Yes,
Dorgu
that's the main
versus
topic of
Amass?
the
Yeah.
that's
Should
the
we
main
just
topic.
start on that? Because I've seen a lot of controversies. I've seen a lot of social media, a lot of people saying that Dorgu is not that good, and I kept thinking like, well, hang on, he's been in 5 minutes. Like had like how many games? 12 games. He's still young.
Yeah.
And still finding his feet. First season. Is it too early to be like going in on that young player?
Well, I see Stephen Howson. We all know Stephen Howson coming in and
Yeah, of
talking
course,
about
Steve.
young players coming in, and they kind of live on adrenaline the first 5-6 games, and then they dose off. And
Mm-hmm.
and I felt that he had really good energy coming in. First 2-3 couple of games was really good. Then he was suspended 3 games, played a couple of more games, and then I think he fell off the wagon. He's still a young player. He has potential. He will be really good in the
Yeah.
future. But the problem is he a player for now? And I feel also we have the same issue when it comes to Harry Amass. But what I saw yesterday from Harry Amass was something
Yeah.
else.
Yeah. I'm a big
Something
fan
else.
of
It
him.
wasn't just the vibes, running, fighting for everything. That guy got skills.
Yeah. You know that I've been banging, on Harry Amos's drum for a long time. But I also got to be adding some context to it that say, like, listen, it ain't been easy for Patrick Dorgu. Like, he's been thrown in the deep ends because we didn't have a left wing back whatsoever.
Mm,
He's been the sole wing back, you know what I mean? So it hasn't been easy, like, to level under
no.
pressure. But if I look at Harry Amas, we all know he was fast tracked by Eric Ten Hag, and everyone was saying that he is the next Luke Shaw, like in his abilities and the way he can carry the ball forward, low center gravity. And I agree, we saw that the other day, like, we saw that yesterday as well,
Mm.
and everyone has been saying, well, give the kid a couple run of games and, he'd be good. But again, this is a positive headache, like, because I said to you in a chat earlier to say, look, Amarin actually prefers to have a left-footed player on the right side. He did that with Quenda, and Sporting.
Mm.
So when Dorgo first came in, he played on the right, remember? So that might
He did.
be,
He did.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it might be a positive headache that we have Harry Amas playing on the left. And also in the
Mm.
summer, we have Diego Leon. And on the right-hand side, we have, what, Dorgu and Dalot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah, we do. We do. We do. Yesterday, when we went through the show with Stu. Stu can't be here today because he's on business. We traveled to China this morning,
China.
so big up, Stu. I hope you had a nice flight, or it's probably still up in the air. I don't know how long it will take to fly from Britain
Oh,
to
it's long.
China.
24 hours minimum.
Oh,
Oof.
that's brutal. But we talked about this, and Harry Amos, I think yesterday had a really good game. I just want to bring up this comment here from
Yeah, that's
may say Bednars, and I think he said we should go easy on putting too much pressure and hype on
yeah.
Amos, and 100%, I totally agree. I think that's a good comment, and this show is not about putting hype on Amos. This is about the future. Amass, he's young and he's not going to be the answer for next season, but he could be the squad player filling in for our left wing back when needed. And I think I feel that he's ready to fill that role. But I'm not putting him up on the pedestal and hyping him up too much, because we know how that goes every time with Man United players.
Yeah,
it goes
we
until
did that with
2
Mainu.
games, and then we start slating them again. So yeah. But yesterday, Mick, we saw Harry Amos. Let me just bring this up. We can play this clip.
Oh, that challenge.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the ball went over. He's up against Semedo. Look at his balance. Quick feet.
Yeah.
Wins the ball.
Oh yeah.
Tackles.
And that tackle, the last tackle, that got the bumps off the seat.
Yeah, it's a nice one. Let's just have one more look.
Let's do it.
At the tackle. Boom.
Quick feet. Boom. Yeah.
And he wins the ball. It's not just about tackling the ball out to a throw-in or anything. It's about winning the ball. And I really love players with quick feet, low center of gravity. You actually can take on their man, be stable, one against one defending, because you have to be able to be stable one against one defending. But this was defensively. Offensively, when he was going on, that guy he can really
Go
cross.
forward. We know that he could cross the ball as well. Yeah. And he was also the one that's servicing the cut through pass to Hojlund that missed the sitter, you know. But it's early stages because you know what, what was this? His second game as a start. So the more you play him, the more he will be growing in confidence, and more he will go bump forward as well. We see him in under 21s and under 18s, like he's absolutely lethal going forward. And his crosses as well. Yeah.
And his crosses as well, yeah. But what I liked yesterday was how he contributed into the attack. And we talked a lot about this, Stu and I, yesterday. I see Danny B comes in and say Amass, he had the 89% pass succession.
Yeah.
And we can just go through this. Is his stats for yesterday's game. Left wing back, top stats. He had accuracy, let's see here, accurate passes, 89%, 42 out of 47 passes.
Wow.
And they weren't just safe passes, they were actually progressive passes, a lot of them, passing forward, not just sideways and backwards to the centre-back. He had 70 touches in the game, 2 touches in the opposite box, 1 successful dribble, 100%. That's good. Tackles 1 out of 2, so 50% of his tackles, 7 recoveries, 6 defensive actions, duels 1, 9, he lost just 4 duels, so 67% duels 1, 75% aerial duels, actually 3 out of 4, and he's not a big guy, so he's quite good in the air, and all of these things tells me, from a guy coming in at this age doing all of this, it tells me that he's really good. And well,
no,
I was going to show you this, Mick. What I also liked was his positional play yesterday. Amass played left wing back, but he kept his width. So he forced Menu to make a choice, and we could see it. He made space for Garnacho all the time. Garnacho went down in this place and had cutbacks after cutback after cutback. It was just Mason Mount, Hojlund, and Bruno couldn't put the ball into the goal. And I think a lot of that was because of Amass. And I also saw it the last 10 minutes of the second half of extra time against Lyon. Also, when Amass came in, he kept his position and he made this little space here for us to exploit with Casemiro, with Bruno, with all the players, Garnacho. So I really liked what I saw. So for me, I think he is a player for the future. When it comes,
100%.
I don't know if what do the devilish tacticos, as we like to call our chat, so if they agree with this. And
well, we also listen. We have what people. I've been thinking about this today. I think that, and I want to bring this to everyone in the chat and to yourself as well. Ruben Amorim said, it's all eggs in the Europa League and give youngsters a chance. Now I'm thinking this is a golden opportunity. 5 games left, right? Plus the Asia tour, like Hong Kong and Malaysia, to throw in Bendido Mentata, another brilliant academy play on the right wing back situation as well, right? You're going to throw in the likes of Goodwill Kunkunki as well, Biancheri, Jack Fletcher, Morehouse. Throw them in, at least then you can assess them. So once you come to the summer window, you know that, hang on a second, these guys are good enough to step up to the first team, right? Maybe we don't have to spend that much money. And why are we then going out to buy the next up-and-coming young talent? We have to look at our own academy players, give them a chance. So this is kind of proven if you give the youngsters a chance. We're also going to talk about Fredriksson as well. He was steady as a rock, So this is arguably to say the best crop coming up that we haven't seen since 1992. So why don't we just, we know that we need a striker, 100%. That is something that we cannot go and get a P-plater or learning on the job. That's been proven this season. But I wouldn't mind sort of in the midfield and the right wing back situation, just to sort of give those youngsters a chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you're touching on a vital point. And now, as you're saying, we have 5 games left, and why not just draw them in, give them valuable experience, because I think they will need it. Because as you talked about money, I don't think we have money to buy 10 players. I don't think it will
No,
happen. And if,
no.
if we get those money, we have to sell at least 5-6 players this summer. And we know when it comes to Man United, things takes time. So when we come to the end of the season, we finally get sold our last player, and we're about to bring players in. It's too late. So we go into the season with a lot of with a half-finished squad, and most likely that will happen. So I feel now we have the chance actually to prepare ourselves and know that we're not going to get desperate at the end of the transfer
No,
window.
my point is also like, why give Ericsson minutes and why give Lindelof minutes? They're not the future. They're departing in the summer anyway. So why don't you just throw in a Sekokone? Everyone is raving about him. We've seen Harry Amass already. We know that Jack Fletcher's been on the bench as well. We have Gabriel Bencheri, we have Morehouse, but Bendido Mentado, oh my God, that guy is a beast, as a right wing back. So I'm looking at it from that point of view. We're not going to spend that much money if you give those kids a little bit of a chance, and in the preseason as well. You might get one senior player, because I don't think that the club would get rid of Casemiro at the end of the day, because you need experience to guide those youngsters in the team as well, like a role model. So the two positions that I'm looking at, goalkeeper and a striker, and potentially a dynamic midfielder that can drive the ball, which is Cunha. Or number 10.
Cunha.
Cunha.
Is he the guy?
He's the
I
guy.
haven't seen enough to quite understand what type of player he is. I looked at him, I've seen clips, I've seen him driving with the ball. He looks like an athlete. He looks really strong.
He's like a hybrid between Drogba and Pogba in a way. The athleticism, the build, the way he's sort of controlling the ball, tall, jingly. But man, the guy is competitive, right? And then you also have what's his name? Jesus, Collier as well. That's injured, by the way. So we do have players.
Yeah. Rushmano comes in and say, I'm sure if Ruben really rated them, they would. Look at Heaven, straight in the first team. But this guy Fredriksson that Jale Malmini is talking about, big up Jale, he comes in and say Fredriksson's stats are impressive. Actually, that is top player stats, 93% pass accuracy. He had 69 passes. He almost does not put a foot wrong. And I saw a video about Fredriksson, I would say like 3 months ago. I think actually it was Erik ten Hag who started bringing him into first team training, and they see a big potential with this guy, big potential. So we are not here to hype up the youngsters, no, far from, but we have to talk about it. We have to talk about the future.
But for having those kind of stats on his debut, I mean, he played it steady,
Yes,
nervous first game, but imagine a couple of games in, with the confidence what this guy can do. I mean, we see Lenny Euro, the bearing of fruit of Lenny Euro, the way he's starting to grow in confidence, and the way the guy drives the ball forward. It's like a midfielder going forward. You know what I mean?
Roderick comes in, Drogba, Pogba. That's some heavy praises.
Yeah, they all finished.
You're not holding back. You're not holding back, Mick.
No, but Sekokone is good. I mean, and also another defender as well is Goodwill Kokunki. Nobody's talking about it, but he's been on the bench as well. So we do have.
He's not for next season. He's for 2 seasons ahead.
He's been on the bench. He's been on the bench, Kokunki.
But isn't he still 16 or
no?
17 maybe? Yeah, maybe I'm wrong.
Let me just Google to see.
Daniel Brain comes in and say, "I'm so
excited." 17. 17. We have a lot of 17.
Okay. Yeah, Danny B also confirms he's 17. Yeah, I love the devilish tacticos coming in with
big up Danny.
Always they know their stuff. Don Bertram coming in and he's watching. I think it's on. Yeah, he's watching on MUFC Realist TV. Big up Don.
Yeah, big up Don.
He comes in and say the potential of the present academy is amazing. And I think we have a lot of. But is this because of Ten Hag, or is it because of Ineos? Or
No, it's been building up for the past 4 or 6 years with Nicky Butt and the co. You know, there was even before, like, they went in to realize that the academy has been lacking. So they've been going on and buying these potential talents. Like Garnacho was one of them. Came out. They bought him for 475,000 British pounds. They've been buying up and hoovering up talents, and I think that this has been bearing fruit. You know what?
Yeah.
Fletcher's been part of the academy as well.
But Mick,
Believe
you
it or
remember
not,
we were sitting there talking about Ten Hag and what he was doing with all these youngsters. He was just selling youngsters after youngsters, 1 million here, 2 million there, 5 million there. And he had his guys, like the Fletcher brothers, and
yeah,
now we see a lot of these guys coming through. Collier is Ten Hag's guy, isn't he?
yeah, he was, but he handpicked also Harry Amass to fast track, and Fletcher twins and Collier, and but then Ten Hag obviously disappeared. You know what happened, and I think that Amorim's just been trying to steady his ship, playing survival football. Yeah, trying to figure out who fits in the system and doesn't fit in the system, and I can't believe what people are still like. They're not thinking with context. It's like, they're still like, Amorim out. Like, come on, man. He hasn't had a proper transfer season. You don't judge the
No.
guy.
I agree. We are not even close to Amorim out. But I said the other day that I'm ready to start criticizing Amorim for things he does wrong as a manager that I feel he could have done differently. But it's not the same as wanting him out. I'm at the stage where I feel that I can start questioning some of his tactical choices, some of his in-game management, some of his team selections.
Yeah,
But it's not the same as me saying I want Amorim out, because I'm fully behind the manager, and I will be for a long time. A lot of things has to go wrong before I turn on yet another manager. I stuck with Den Haag all the way.
Yeah, me too. In a way, but if you just take the Wolves game, like in the presser, he even said it, like, I'm going to play the reserves, I'm going to play the kids, and save the team for the Europa League. So everyone knew that, So you go to the VR room and you check, and everyone was furious because we lost the game yesterday. He lined up the reserves, he gave some kids some chance, and then they had one shot on target, and there was a free kick, and it was a beautiful struck and free kick anyway. So
yeah.
So anyway, the Premier League is over for me, so I didn't really bother. I don't care.
I'm putting now in the live chat, guys, for you have to do me a favor. You have to go and press on this link I'm putting. It's for X, and it's about retweeting to get the show out there, because we have a limited amount of viewers, and we're trying to reach out there. And YouTube is not very helpful when it comes to pushing my stuff. We mix stuff out there, and I don't know why, but
it's got its brain on its own. I don't know.
It's the algorithms. So the best you can do to help the channel is press the like, subscribe if you're new, get involved, leave a comment, and if you want to be extra helpful, you can press this link in the live chat and press retweet, and it will spread on X. So that's just, I hope you can help me out and Mick out, so get some traction. Yeah. I saw a interesting comment here I wanted to talk a little bit about. And this is from Danny B. This is Noradin's guy, Jim Thwaites. And I've seen this guy. He's low central gravity. He's really good on the ball. He's a natural. He has fantastic balance.
Yeah.
And the comparison with Pedri or Gavi, I think it's not that far off.
But there's another guy. Yeah, of course. But there's another guy as well that nobody's talking about. He's been a little bit injured, but the next coming thing is Shea Lacey. That's the
he's been injured all season long.
I know, but it's the teenager injury kind of thing. Like, you're growing, so you can't blame it. Everyone that's played football and growing in the teenagers, you know what I mean. You have the growing pain, but they will come out of it. But he's been predicted to be the next thing as well. Like, so good. But wages is also good,
Yeah. I just received a message. I just had to answer. Sorry.
Mm.
Yeah. So back to the topic about Dorgu. We paid how about was it
25 million?
25 million pounds? Dorgu. He's 20 years old, and
Low risk.
And now we have Harry Amass. We have this was it Colombian guy who's coming in, Leon,
Diego Leon, Paraguay.
Paraguayan guy
The
coming
guy
in.
looks like a grown ass man already. Zeus.
We have Dorgu, we have Amass, we have Leon, we have most likely Dallo will stay. We have Amass who could play wing back. Who else? Luke Shaw.
Lucas Gilberto.
Yeah. But how do you see this play itself out? Who will be the main wide centre backs next season, and who will be their understudies?
I see that rotation of squad depth is vital. We've seen that. You need to stay injury free. So that's why I said it's going to be a positive headache that you see in the likes of the rise of Harry Amass. You see Dorgu. Dorgu is such a versatile player. He can play right. He can play left. Amass is most likely left. You have Bendito Tata as well. Can play right. You have Dalot as well, more senior player. He's going to stay as well. But Dalot, for me, we recruited him under Jose Mourinho, more as a defensive right back. So I think he's starting to improve a little bit going forward and putting crosses into the box as well.
Lately, you're not allowed to say that. It's not politically correct to say something good about Dalot. On this channel, we have Dalot-ness. Dalot-ness.
No, but he's been good lately. The past couple of games, he's been improved. But yeah, I call him Don Quixote.
Neil Driscoll also comes in and mentioned Dan Gore.
Dan Gore, yeah,
he's the number 10, or I don't know where, or midfielder number 8. But Leon, Danny B comes in and says Leon will stay like Kone stays at 21 for 6 months or so. Yeah.
Well, fair enough. Yeah. You just don't want to throw him in the first team straight away. You got to learn the ropes.
No, he's not. But he comes from a different culture, different language. He needs a little bit of time to adjust himself. I think next season will be too soon for him. But let's say we have, for example, Dorgu. Will Dorgu be an understudy, or will he be a regular starter in next
regular starter?
You can play right. You see Dorgu and Dalot as the regular starters on wing back.
I see that Amorim wants to play a left footer and on the right wing back position, like he did at Sporting.
Yeah. What's his name? Cunha?
No. He used what's his name?
The guy who went to Chelsea.
Oh yeah. Blah. Well, I forgot his name now.
We all know who we're talking about.
Yeah.
And Jordan, big up coming in. Jordan.
Hey, Jordan.
Hello.
God påsk.
God påsk. Glad påsk.
Quenda. Yes, Quenda. Dan P says Quenda. Yes, Quenda.
Yeah, he's a Chelsea scummer now.
Yeah, but that was madness. Chelsea didn't need him. They just looked at one United is scout and they went for him.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
It's a shame. I was actually thinking that we were going to get him.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything, but I felt it like deep inside me. Oh, okay, he's coming to us.
But there's some weird transfer competition between Chelsea and United at the moment, right? Chelsea's looking like, oh, what Manchester United are doing? Oh, let's go for him, right? This Leon Delap story, right? Now Chelsea's reporting being the front runner. Okay, you can have him. Look this way while we got Osimhen. Take it.
I think you and Yalet thinks the same. Chelsea do not scout. They see what United is looking for, and then they go after United targets.
Yalet, you could say that Chelsea's external scouts are Manchester United scouts.
Yeah. And then B say it's like when Peter Kenyon left United for Chelsea. Just nick all United scouting reports. Yeah, something in it. It may be something in it. But a player we've been linked to, Mick, before we go to the Cunha topic today. there were some things going on in the Norwegian Premier League, and
Oh,
especially
you mean
one
Sverre
guy.
Nypan?
Yes, Sverre Nypan, because they Rosenborg, Sverre Nypan's club played against Vålerenga. That's a club from Oslo, and there were scouts on the pitch with no on the yeah with from
Understand? Yeah.
Aston Villa, yeah, on the
Oh,
stands.
okay.
Um, they even showed the scouts on telly, so there's no secret Aston Villa wants Sverre Nypan. Personally, I don't think it's over yet. I think it's still up there. And do you see any chance that Man United can come in for this guy, this super youngster, talented guy?
Let's just go back to January, right? United were in for him, City were in for him, Arsenal were in for him. He did the tour. You saw him on the stands watching the games. Nothing happened. We all know that he's a Man United fan. You know, he's a Manchester United supporter. I don't know. I haven't heard much from. I mean, this is a deal that could be done for £10 million, my understanding, right?
Yeah,
He's good.
I don't know what his transfer budget is. Maybe 10, 15, 20.
Oh, it's I agree with Danny B. It's a big mistake if we don't get Nipan, but potentially let Aston Villa do the heavy lifting, and Man United just come in because
If we
at the
could
end of the
just
day,
come in and steal it, right? Like
yeah,
under the
it's
feet.
like you,
Yeah.
it's like you and me. We're going to the same nightclub or bar. I let you buy the girl all the drinks and chat her up, and then I come in, Mr. Prince Charming, and take her home in my limousine.
Could happen.
Yeah,
Could happen. Yeah.
because she's a Mick Ruby fan. Jokes aside, but you guys know what I mean, right?
Yeah. This happened with Nypan today. By the way, this is Nypan. This is the Vålerenga player. You see, there's a loose ball they're fighting for. Ball comes over, slides in.
Ooh,
He totally drops it.
Jesus Christ. That's a classical 80-70 sweeper.
It looked like he was about to break his leg. So this is
Look
from
at it.
another angle. Keep your eyes shut if you don't want to look at something that's terrible. 2 feet.
2 feet as well. Straight red. Straight red.
And the thing is, he only received a yellow card.
What?
And you can see Nypan jumping up.
With the studs. With the
And,
studs.
yeah.
Man, that's a
So
straight red.
this happened just 1 hour ago. So basically, the Nypan story could have been over for everybody. It's a broken leg.
Maybe the VR was a little bit hangover after the Easter.
Yeah. It's a shame.
But
it's a shame.
But that is a straight red. That is disgusting.
But that's how the margins are. Fine margins. You can chase the target. You can work with them for over a year, and suddenly, boom, something like this, a leg breaker tackle comes in, and it's over.
That was a Vinnie Jones tackle, man.
No, Jale. Luckily, Nypan didn't get severely injured, but it could have happened. There was a really bad tackle. Yeah, because now everybody in Norway, in the Norwegian Premier League, knows who Nypan is.
Yeah,
and they want to leave a little mark.
Yeah, Danny P saying horror tackle. That's a Gerrard special. It is, but also Vinnie Jones special as well. Vinnie Jones used to do that a lot as well. Yeah. Dirty. Yeah.
No, but Danny he's not in. No, luckily, but it was a really bad tackle. And another one that came from the Norwegian Premier League today. I rant about Bodø/Glimt and his name is Sjøgren, the striker. He's the top goal scorer in Europa League this season. There's a striker, really good striker. Yeah, he's
shite.
So this is it. Look at this. Here's on the ball.
Ooh, ow! What's going on in Norway today?
So look here at his leg. Then you see.
Yeah. Damn.
So
whoa, that's a red.
He's out. It ended with
ambulance
is coming, and he's not playing Spurs. So now Bodø/Glimt has their 2 best midfielders suspended because the ref was a effing idiot that game against Lazio. And now they lost the top goal scorer for this year's Europa
Bloody.
League. So it's not looking good for Bodø/Glimt.
Spurs get a free pass to the finals, mate.
It's not looking good, but you never know. But it's a fairy tale story.
But that is a horrible. That's a straight yellow. I mean, a straight red, and suspension.
Both these tackles were just a yellow card, according to the Norwegian FA and the referees. So
God, they must have had a heavy Easter schnapps or something, because that toe. That's particularly if it's a leg breaker, that is a minimum 5-game suspension.
In my opinion, yes.
Break.
And Rosmano comes in and say, Bodø/Glimt, they did well against us. They
yeah. I mean, I love the fans of Bodø/Glimt.
Mm-hmm. Remember, they painted Old Trafford yellow at one side.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was like 10,000 yellow people there in the yellow wall, almost like Dortmund playing. We have here a question from Emmanuel Odori. Mick.
Ooh. Is he?
Well, it's a free transfer.
Why take it? Why not? I mean, I rated Angel Gomez, but apparently he wasn't given chances, and they didn't like a small player like him. But he's improved a lot. Low center of gravity again, a little bit of a Messi-esque kind of thing. We need ballers. We need ballers in the midfield with energy as well.
But we talked about it today, Mick.
Mm.
You said we needed a dynamic midfielder.
Yeah. We need energy. We need dynamic midfield. And it's clear and obvious for me when I said to you, our midfield is shite. If you compare it to Newcastle's midfield, you compare it to Arsenal's midfield, Liverpool's midfield. And there's a reason why we're sitting 13, 14 in the league, because our midfield is shite. We keep playing a double pivot. Bruno, we don't know if he's going to play a number 8, number 10. We need, you can play Ugarte as a single pivot and play a more advanced number 8, a ball carrier, We need that energy. We need the athleticism, and we don't have it at the moment. The closest one that could drive with the ball was actually Scotty Mack, and he's doing madness in Serie A. But he wasn't good enough.
Well, nowadays, maybe we sometimes miss a player like McTominay.
And that's the reason why I think we're looking at Cunha, to play a little bit more deeper. He's a ball carrier. He can create, what we say, he can create chances out of nothing, but he's such a good ball carrier, right?
Bamba said Angel Gomez is gone. I don't fancy his return. Yeah. And Danny B, I love this question. Ardan Yashiri, I think the Club Brugge, we should do a tactical breakdown. I even noted it down. I had to have it on my paper in front of me. Ardan Yashiri, 100% Danny B. I will when I have the time. That's and Jarle, no, Hauge is not injured, not him. It's Håkon Evjan and that little maestro of a midfielder, Patrick Berg, who's out. Patrick Berg is the best midfielder in Europa League this season by stats. I heard someone say he has, for example, the most won tackles out of all midfielders. So it's a big loss. It's a big loss.
But what kind of midfielder are we looking at? We are looking at a number 8. I mean, we have 2 number 6s already.
Well, Eriksen is gone, so we need to replace Eriksen. And most likely Casemiro, I would say that's 50-50. So let's say Casemiro and Eriksen leaves. We need at least one more midfielder, because let's say Collier comes in, but we need one more then. So what do you reckon? What are you guys, the Devilish Tacticos, saying about this? Who do you want in as a number 8 midfielder /6? Be able to play in the pivot.
Well, Sfera Nippon would fit perfectly fine in there, you know?
But again, I see him more as a number 10, but he
Yeah.
plays as a number 8 for Rosenborg.
Mm.
But almost like, and they play a 4-3-3, so he plays one of the two outer midfielders. So it's a lot of running up and down. So I'd say he's more of a attacking midfielder. Rashmano comes
Edison.
in and say, easy one, get Edison. Is that the guy,
Atlanta.
Atalanta, the Brazilian
Atlanta.
guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. He's really good.
But that's what we're missing. We miss a. I mean, I'm happy with Ugarte. You know, he's a dog, definitely. And in Ugarte's position, we do have Collier that can play that as well. And plus, we have Sekakone as well. We have 3 players. So we need to look at Eriksson replacement. Eriksson has got technical abilities, but he doesn't have legs. You know, Bruno can play in that position. Bruno can play as number 9. We need 2 Brunos, basically. You know, we need a carbon copy of Bruno, but somebody can play that.
Mason Mount, but he's always injured.
I don't know. He hasn't really impressed me. Like off the ball, okay, but is it too early? Like he hasn't been playing much for United since we signed him. You know. Yeah, I mean, when a fit Mason Mount, especially when we saw him in Chelsea, was a good Mason Mount. He could score goals as well. Like, you know, so if he can stay fit, find his form, yeah, why not? You know what I mean? It's like a new signing.
And Baumann agrees with you, Mick. It seems like we have a lot of number 10s.
Number 10s,
We're
yeah.
missing a pivot, number 8 energy with athleticism, like Bruno, for example. So another Bruno.
A register that can drive the ball forward, you know. We used to have that in Paul Pogba, you know, remember? But, you know, he was surrounded by shit midfielders. But he was the only one that was progressive, like, you know, unstoppable.
But why don't we get to see the Fletcher twins, one of them coming in?
Yeah. Jack Fletcher, 100%.
Jack Fletcher. Isn't he that type of midfielder?
Yeah. Yeah. Tall.
Do you think we'll be saving a spot for him just to give him a path into the
or Collier?
Yeah, and Collier, yeah. Wutinator comes in, 26 likes. That's fantastic.
Get those
Thank
likes
you,
up.
everybody. Press that like if you haven't, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And Jana Malmini say, I like the Casemiro Bruno pivot. In my opinion, I think that's our strongest pivot at the moment. And we all saw the experience of Casemiro in the Lyon game, how much it's how important it is.
But I keep thinking that next season, Jarvis, it's gonna be important with squad depth. So yeah, I don't mind rotating, having Casemiro, Bruno pivot, sometimes play Ugarte, just have fresh legs, rotate. You know, I don't mind Casemiro staying and seeing out his career at Manchester United, right? As I said, we need experience. You know, we cannot just throw in kids. You need leaders as well. And I don't mind keeping Casemiro, you know.
Well, it's just about the money. It's 350, 18 million pounds a season. So are we going to spend 18 million pounds another season on Casemiro? Or could we have spent the money differently? Let's say if we sell him.
Okay, let's not do the David De Gea mistake, because we offered De Gea a contract and then we ripped it up because it was all about the money, right? Yeah, look what we ended up with. Yeah, so let's not do the same mistake.
Rashmano, he's worried about Casemiro. He drops off badly during games. But and Yalam means say we just have to keep fish and chips away from Cas.
But I think that the club is going to get rid of him anyway. I just feel it. Like, you know, it's all about the money.
Is he still linked to Saudi?
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, Onana was linked to Saudi as well.
Yeah. Jarvis, where do you put Ugarte if you put Casemiro and Bruno as pivot? Obviously on the bench. I was just playing with the thought of maybe trying him in a wing-back position, but in a number 10, it depends if you want a structure where you want to press really high and hard, just as a defensive number 10.
But it comes back to, you know, depends on the opposition. Like, you know, in Premier League, you need to give players rest. You can't play Ugarte every single game, yeah? There's got to be an instance where you put Ugarte as a rest on the bench and play Casemiro or Collier or Siccone. You know what I mean?
And if we were in Europe, I would keep Casemiro in the Champions League or the Prem, but he doesn't have the legs. That's. Oh yeah, he's saying if we were in Europe, I would keep him in the Champions League and the Prem. He doesn't have the legs. Yeah,
Well, we see 3 games away. We don't know.
I think we played Casemiro in the wrong position. He's not a out and out DM. He's more
he's number 8.
Number 8. Yeah.
He's been exposed when you play him as a number 6 because he cannot run. So if you're playing more as a number 8, he's such a lethal force. I mean, he's heading, he's finishing, he's passing. I mean, we saw it in the in the quarterfinal. 2 assists. Beautiful weighted pass to Harry Maguire.
Beautiful.
Beautiful pass to Kobe Mainoo.
And having the experience to keeping yourself calm and composed in moments like this. He helped us. He dragged us over the line, as the same as he did the first season on the Ten Hag. He dragged us over the line, qualifying us for the Champions League. So he's that type of player in big occasions. So
we're stuck on the goalkeepers now.
Yeah, this is a good question, Jale.
Yeah.
Who do we have? Kovar.
We also scout.
Yeah, is he on loan or is he? No, we sold Kovar to Leverkusen, or did
buyback?
Yeah, we have a buyback, definitely.
Apparently,
Vitek.
Radek Vitek, from Eintracht. Is it Eintracht Frankfurt? Vitek. But apparently, we are scouting Porto's goalkeeper, Diego Costa. Apparently, what it's been saying. But I think Ruben Amorim was commenting on that and say, look, if we have a solid defense, and if we have, if our strikers are scoring goals, we don't need a new goalkeeper.
No. Chevalier and is it James Trafford, the guy who plays at Burnley? Yeah, the ex-Man City player. How is Burnley doing? Are they going up? Are they? Because I heard that Leeds went up today. They are promoted, so I don't know if Burnley will sell him if they're in the Premier League, or if then it will be expensive. Timmy is here. Big up is Timmy. Big up.
Listen, if there is one player in Burnley that we should look at, I just say one name: João Mendes. You know who João Mendes is?
Isn't that the agent?
João Mendes is playing at Burnley's academy, and he's Ronaldinho's son. Ronaldinho.
Great genes.
Yeah. He came from Barcelona Academy, and he's now with Burnley Academy. And he's equally good as his father. Get him.
Do we have any good Zamba clubs in Manchester? If it's like his dad, he likes to dance.
Yeah, we like a little bit Brazilian, get him in and get Cunha in, and we have good Zamba. Boca Jonito.
Burnley is promoted. Yes, I see. Thank you guys for telling me. But I think Leeds also went up today. So yeah.
So is João Mendes.
And they also apparently has very good centre backs too, according to Roshmano. Transfers MUFC people, go subscribe.
Yep.
And even Hannibal played well today for Burnley.
Hannibal?
Yeah, he's playing for Burnley.
I forgot about him.
Yeah, me too.
Hannibal the Cannibal, always getting a red card or yellow.
I liked Hannibal. I liked him. He's like a deep lying playmaker type of guy. And Thomas comes in with an obvious one. Nobody.
Not even his son.
Baby in the corner.
Yeah, no, Ronaldinho. No. Oh, caralho, he was good.
And Neil, so Burnley went up today with Leeds.
Yeah,
Yes,
congratulations,
big up.
Burnley, Leeds.
Congratulations
Oh,
to all the
Leeds.
Leeds
Oh,
fans and Burnley
Leeds.
fans.
Oh, yeah, Leeds. Okay.
Yeah, but I
Interesting.
like playing against Leeds. There's always like an easy 6 points in the season. So let's have Leeds up in the Premier League. Cunha, Mick. Let's talk a little bit about Cunha. This came out today.
Yeah.
We
Fabrizio Romano.
all saw the tweet from Fabrizio Romano coming in.
Allora.
Spicy meatball. Manchester United are leading the race to sign Matheus Cunha from Wolves as negotiations are ongoing. So it's not over, they are ongoing. Personal terms are being discussed as Man United are aware of more clubs keen. £62.5 million release clause available. And there's good feelings after initial contacts between Cunha and Man United. So this is the official statement from Fabrizio Romano.
That's good. And in the last 48 hours, Manchester United had fresh positive contacts with the agents of Matheus Cunha. And that's what they also say. That's also coming out from Fabrizio Romano, you know. The feeling between Ruben Amorim and I'm reading this like, you know, I think it's from MUFC BP. It says that in the last 48 hours, Manchester United fresh positive contacts with agents of Matheus Cunha. The feeling between Ruben Amorim and Cunha is excellent. There was some sort of great connection between United, Amorim, and Cunha, Fabrizio Romano as well. And we saw it after the game. You know, we saw how he was chatting to Casemiro for a good 2-3 minutes, a little bit of debrief. And I'm thinking, well, there's nobody really in the Premier League that needs that kind of position. So it's kind of a little bit of an open race. I know that Nottingham Forest was sniffing around, but he fancies a Man United move. You saw it at Old Trafford, right, what he did. Like he waved at the crowd and flirting with the idea.
Well, I'm not reading too much into it. You know, it's just modern
football. Just bloody get him.
If I was Cunha's agent, I would say to him before the game, remember, Matheus, after the game, go talk to the Man United players and say something positive about Man United. It will raise your value and you will make 10 more millions next season. Do that. That's your assignment for the day.
If there's one player in the Premier League that could transfer United's current side, I mean, on the left-hand side, there was reports saying out that Napoli and Conte, they're not giving up on Garnacho, you know. We know that Rashford is going to get sold. Cunha, he is Mr. Manchester United. He is Manchester United. You know, he's that kind of character, you know. And this is a ready-made player, 25 years of age, just walk into the team, you know. It will be such a transformative signing. And together, if we get Osimhen as well, mate.
Yeah.
Mate. Yeah.
So we are looking at 3 potential signings: Delap, Osimhen, and
Delap. I think Delap is more Chelsea.
Gamer TV comes in and say work continues behind the scenes to decide which striker to move for, with Liam Delap being a favorite among some senior board members. And are we talking about the Glazers then, senior board members? They have been here since the day of dawn.
Well, if I don't listen. You have Wilcox, you have Christopher Vevell looking at their striker position. They're seeing that the L places and the P places doesn't work. Are they going to gamble on Liam Delap because he's cheap? You know? Yeah, he might be good. He had one good season, but every Tom, Dick, and Harry that wears this red jersey as a fan and standing in the, you know, Old Trafford knows that we can't risk this. We can't go for a 22-year-old. We need a more senior. Like, we need a Ferrari racer. We need a Schumacher that can actually finish the race over and over again to come up as scoring 20 goals or winning 20 pole positions. Yeah. That is what I'm saying. Like, you know, my fear is that the club will look at it and say, well, look, it's 30 million only, but just add 20 million more, you know, 20, 30 million more. And
the question is, do we have 20 million more?
Yeah, we do. We do. You know how we can calculate it. You can look at, you know, Rashford's wages going. Rashford's going. Sancho, now that Chelsea finished in the top, you know, they have to sort of trigger that 25 million or pay Man United 5 million. You have a sell-on clause for Mason Greenwood that's probably going to be sold. You have a sell-on clause 50% also for Alvaro Fernandez. So there is deals that we will get passively, but there's also, if you look at the wages that we are going to free up on Ericsson, Lindelof, potentially Casemiro, only that leaves you a space to go get. Apparently, Laurie Whitwell and on the saying, Man United can actually afford to buy a striker early this summer window because they've been saving and doing a lot of cost cutting.
Okay.
So even if there's been reports coming up from Turkey, there is no smoke without fire. This has been going on for ages. To say the personal terms has been agreed between Man United and Victor Osimhen. So if that is the case, then all United has to do is to go to Napoli, negotiate the fee, and there might be even potential to say, okay, you want Garnacho, 60 million. Let's do a swap, like for like. You take Garnacho, we take Osimhen. Smart business. Because in January, they were so much in for getting Garnacho.
Everybody, this is Roshmano's channel, Transfers MUFC.
Big up, Rashi.
So Transfers United.
Go follow that.
Subscribe to his channel. He always puts out reliable stuff. It's not all about that clickbait stuff. Roshmano is not bothered about that. He wants to provide you with pure information. It's not even pictures. It's just text with the source included. So, and he has his contacts. So go subscribe to Transfers MUFC. Great Twitter channel, and always
100%.
one of my go-to channels when it comes to transfer news. So he comes in and say Man United have reached an agreement in principle to sign with Victor Osimhen, with the player himself.
Personal terms, yeah.
Yes.
12 million.
12.2 million. I figured that was about 235K a week.
That's good.
My rough estimations.
That's good. And plus bonuses on top of that.
He will have some bonuses coming in. And besides that, I don't know, 60 million, was it that? We heard talk about 65 million?
I heard about, he wanted, there was reports saying that he wanted 350K a week, and that created a little bit of a shitstorm within the fan base. Well, if he's a passion merchant, only come for money, we don't want him. But beggars cannot be choosers. If Saudi comes in with that kind of money, 400, you got to question the players. It's been reports saying that he wants to play in the Premier League. He wants to be challenged. Why would he go to Saudi for a paycheck, right?
Yeah.
So if I were Man United, if this is true, there's multiple reports. This Elise is a very credible Turkish journalist, apparently. Where does Osimhen play?
Arak.
Yeah. So he plays in Turkey, of course, to get the scoop first. But however, as my thumbnail say, I don't think that Hojlund, I think his days are numbered. I think that his confidence is gone. There is a good striker in him. We saw it the first season. But I think in that case, send him on a loan, right? Send him to Juventus, Serie A, let him develop. In the meantime, you bring in the senior striker, maybe Gyökeres or Osimhen. We need those two, and play develop Chido B. Martin as number 2 or whatever, you know what I mean? Or you might even get a Delap in as well as a secondary striker. But if Man United sort of loans out Hojlund and he finds his confidence, he starts learning, because let's face it, he was never supposed to be the leading striker at United, right? He was supposed to learn on the job,
We were supposed to sign Harry Kane.
Yeah, 100%.
He was the guy we were trying to get over the line, and I feel that Rasmus Hojlund were like a panic signing at the end of the window.
Osimhen refused Saudi last year,
Yeah.
He did. So for me, it's a smart business if Man United can get a loan fee for Hojlund, ship him out to Juventus. They are interested in him. Let him develop. Let him, build up his stamina. Because the way I see Hojlund, come on, Hojlund, you're not playing to your strengths. You're playing like a WrestleMania, right? And you keep falling on your ass all the time. Yeah. And I don't think that our players trust him either way. That's why they're not putting the balls into him. It just looks like
I don't think Amorim trusts him. Did you hear his comments after the game? He's like, I can only show him this much videos.
Mm.
Still not learning. I felt that he was saying it in that way.
Mm.
So I feel
So,
now at the moment he's like unteachable. We can't get him any better at the current moment. We need someone else coming in and showing him.
if there's one player, if there's one signing that we need to do, splash all the cash, is that senior striker. I mean, I'm quite adamant, and I think that everyone in the chat room, in the VR room, and everyone's been saying the same thing. You know, I don't want a Liam Delap. I don't want another P-plater. You know what I mean?
Well, apparently a lot of people rate Liam Delap, and he scored like about 15 goals for Ipswich this season, and they are going down. They are relegated, so that they're not a good team, and he's doing well, and he's young, and he will develop. So maybe in 2 years' time, we will all sit here and say, why did we sign Osimhen? We should have signed Liam Delap. Look at him in Chelsea scoring 30 goals a season.
Well, hang on a second. You come to Man United, it's a different prospect. Then you're facing a low block. You know what I mean? At Ipswich, they don't expect you to attack that much, right? So he's been catching them with surprise.
Yep.
Now he's excellent driving the ball and creating chances like on the run as well. I cannot lie. I cannot take him. But again, is this a striker that will give us 20 goals a season? We don't have that anymore, right? Is he going to come in and score 11, 15 goals? It's not good enough. We need somebody to come in at least have 20 goals a season. Who can give you that? Gyökeres, Osimhen. These are proven European top strikers. Crikey, Gyökeres is about to win the Golden Boot for the second year in a row. He's a goal scoring machine. Osimhen as well. And both players fit in Amarin's system.
Yeah.
But what if we get two strikers?
I feel that we need two strikers because I don't want us just to sign one striker and rely on Hojlund because I have lost faith in that guy.
Okay, so what if we do this?
He's not good enough.
What if we do a little bit smart? Yeah, we know that Conte he's going all in for Garnacho. There's tweets about it as well. Yeah, we say 60 million for Garnacho value. Conte, you want the Garnacho? Okay, we give you Garnacho 60 million. You give us Osimhen. We don't pay shit. It's a swap.
Bada bim, bada boom.
Bush, right? Yeah. Then you still have money, and plus he's a homegrown talent, so you still basically
you get the FFP advantage. Yeah.
They have to pay you 60 anyway, and you have to sort of, you know what I mean. There's got to be a
so on the books is good. It's not on the liquidity, but in the books is good.
Okay, so that's one deal done. That means that you still haven't spent jack shit. You know what I mean? So that means that you can still go and get a Liam Delap for 30 million, agree a rotation, 5 years installment. So Liam Delap will not cost 30 million, right? Then you can go and negotiate with the Cunha to say, okay, you want 60 million for Cunha? Give you 65 and we can do an rotation in 5 years. So if you look at the first season, Man United would probably spend 50 to 70 million pounds.
I just want to say hi to Loudmouth Football coming in and say, what's up, Jarvis? I hope you're well.
Because
I'm good to see you, man.
Because FFP or PSR only counts by physical financial year. So if you sign 6 players and you do the net calculation spend, you might end up with 50, 60 million because of the amortization.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think you are onto something now, Mick. I just started a comment here from Jale, and I don't know, I haven't read this myself, but Jale comes in and said the last I read, a United got about 156 million before they have to sell.
We raised.
Don't ask me how the Yonkers yonked out this money out of the ground. So yeah, so
I think we sold
some money.
Yeah, we sold I think about 70 academy players as well last season. And there's going to be a lot of academy players that's going to be out for sale as well because not everyone is going to make the first team. So there will be money to be spent. And this Gyökeres deal can be done straight off the bat, like to say, okay, should we sacrifice Garnacho? I like Garnacho, but I think he's wasted in the Amarin's number 10 system. Garnacho is better in as a wide winger.
Yeah. But is the wages an issue, as Jarle says?
No, it's not. He's like right on 60, 60,
Yeah, but
70.
his demands when he goes to Napoli. It's a payday for Garnacho swapping clubs and going to Napoli.
Yeah, but that's not our problem. That's like in that case, this Napoli is going to pay his wages. They're probably going to give him 120, 150K a week.
But I'm a little bit torn when it comes to Garnacho because he has some special abilities. There's not many
Me too.
players as good as Garnacho carrying the ball and trying to take on his man. Where he lacks is its finishing ability and decision making. But I feel both of those two things is teachable, and the raw talent is there. And with proper coaching, with the proper striker in front of him, let's say against Wolves with the proper striker, he would probably had 3 assists going off that pitch.
Yeah. But I like Garnacho. I love Garnacho, but he's the final decision making has not been. It's still raw. Yeah, it's like I liked him better when he came off the bench. To play as a wide left winger. He's wasted on the right. That's just my opinion. But I'm looking at rebuilding the squad, and sometimes you need to take a sacrificial lamb. If I want to sell him, no, I don't want to sell him. I don't want to sell Kobe Mainoo either. They are the futures,
Mm-hmm.
But if we're going to sort of rebuild Man United to be a more of potent, in the final third, then we need to look at the, who's out there, Cunha, potentially Delap. I don't say I don't.
Deal is close, and I feel it. I feel the Cunha deal is close. Yeah.
I think that's going to be the one. Delap, it's been a lot of noise. Potential we can do the deal, but we are up against Chelsea as well, and I think Chelsea will go all in, right? You know how Chelsea are.
Eduardo also agrees. He agrees that Garnacho has so much potential.
He does.
Yeah. But I wanted to read out this from Nash. Big up Nash comes in and say the issue with Garnacho is that he has 0 players teaching him. Similar to Hojlund and Xerxes. We have 0 leaders playing ahead of him. I feel like he's running around without anyone guiding him, telling him what to do in certain situations. And this is where bad decision making comes in.
And this is where skills. And this is where Cunha comes in, and this is where Osimhen or Gökers comes in, to lead and teach both Hojlund or Xerxes.
And this is a good point. Rashmano comes in
January.
Don't forget Garnacho, he wanted to leave.
Yeah, and there is, if you go on Twitter as well, there is. I did a video about this earlier today. That Conte, he wants to go all in. He wants to go back in for Garnacho. So, yay, big up, Steph. Long time.
We have Stephanie in the house. Big up, Stephanie. Good to see you. And she says, yo, Jarvis and Mick. Big up, big up. Big up, Stephanie. Always good to see you. Always keeping count of the likes. How many likes are we on now at the moment? I think we have 88 people watching on all channels, Tactical Devils on X, on MUFC Realist TV. So it's good. And we have Noradin coming in and say, send me the link. Yeah, I will, buddy. Give me 2 seconds. I'll just,
give me the ball. And give me the ball. Noradin, give me the ball. I will score. Go on, Nora.
I just sent you the link, Noradin. Jump on. Thomas Vedjanosi, I wouldn't sell Garnacho for less than 70 million.
No,
that's a good point. I think he can contribute to the team.
Yeah, off the bench. I mean, it's a positive headache to have a squad that, Let's see if Cunha comes in, Cunha will play. Garnacho will come off the bench. Well, it's a great weapon to have second half.
Yeah. And we have another super chat from Eduardo. Thank you again, Eduardo. You don't have to super chat, but I really appreciate.
Oh, we have another one.
All the support the channel can get. It's not easy. We work over time every day trying to provide you guys with content, and I'm glad that you appreciate it. And it all goes back into the channel anyway. So thank you, Eduardo. Everybody wants to score. They don't play as a team, and I think that's a valid point. I think a lot of these players play for themselves. They're kind of mercenaries, and mercenary is a word I heard my good friend Noradin always say as he's joining us now in the green room, and it should be ready. So get ready for Noradin.
We have another super chat coming in from Jonathan Liljeberg as well, saying, "Walla legends, walla 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 walla."
Big up, Jonathan. Good to see you. Good to see you coming
Walla.
in with 20 SAK. That's Swedish
Swedish
kronor.
crown.
Thank you,
Oh.
Jonathan, coming in from Sweden.
I'm actually in Sweden.
And I'm in Norway.
Yeah.
Scandinavian brothers.
I'm back in Sweden. I'm leaving on Thursday, though. So.
Hey! Hey!
They're the boys. What's going on,
Hey.
boys?
Back in town.
I can't stop laughing by our friend Saeed doing the pigeon thing. The pigeon thing. His
Call it
reaction.
The jungle dance. The jungle
The
dance.
pigeon.
Oh, that was a good
Jungle
one.
dance.
How you doing, Nora?
All right. Other than shite
Yeah, right.
fucking Man United, but we're all right.
Yeah, right.
Just a shit weather today in Manchester. Lovely yesterday. That's why I was like, I'm not doing a fucking show. I'm out here in the sunshine. These bastards don't care. They don't care. They do not give a damn. But yeah, big up. I like the show Amass. I thought Amass was brilliant. I thought Fredriksson was superb. They were the only two. Like, I actually thought we played all right. And I actually thought we put the balls in the box for once. But fucking Rasmus, fuck me, Jarvis. And Mick, oh my God.
Yeah.
He cannot fucking hit a barn door. You know, a barn door. You know how big a barn door is? The barn is huge. Yeah? He can't hit a barn door to save his life.
No.
People smash the likes. People smash the likes. Let's go.
We spoke about that earlier, and I said, you know, United is the one position they cannot go on a P plater. You know, it's the striker position. I know people talking about the lap, but seriously, we all seen it. We need a Gyökeres or Osimhen, 100%. We cannot go on the experimental route, especially on the top, and also the goalkeeper, right? It's like the burger, right? You need the solid foundation. In the meat, you have all the meat and ingredients, but on the top, you need to have the striker to solidify that lid to make that burger stick.
Big up, Mick. You're back in Sweden, eh?
Hey.
You're back home.
Hey, last time you saw me, I was 40,000 feet up, yeah? Calling in. That was
How
weird.
many hours was the flight from there?
Oh, brother, it was 22 plus, 22 hours, yeah.
Altogether from Thailand.
Norton, the topic we are talking about now is Garnacho. We are just and there's so many comments in the Devilish Tacticos.
Timing then.
What are your thoughts? Because the thing is, I'm saying I think maybe he has potential. He could be extremely good playing for United, but he needs proper guiding. He needs someone to help him with decision making, because we know he can drive with the ball and he can go past his man, but he lacks when it comes to finishing and decision making. So what do we do? Do we sell him, for example, a swap deal with Napoli and bring in Osimhen?
The first thing for me is that, well, obviously, him and Kobe have been put up for sale. I'd rather sell fucking Garnacho than Kobe, but for me, Garnacho and Kobe are not going to develop at Manchester United, as we currently are, because they shouldn't be playing every game. You need to be picking the games for them, choosing the games. Actually, Garnacho should be learning to come on other than starting games, because at times it's such an indecision. Listen, in football, you know what is the best thing about football? Listen, you know what, the players that I like, I appreciate. They're not the ones with the flashiest skills, the ones who make the right decision at the right time. To me, to get to the level of consistency, in a couple of years' time, you could be called world class. To me, what differentiates world class from good players is that world class players will always pick the right pass, the right time. They'll know when to dribble. They'll know when to put the pass through. They'll know when to cross it. They'll know it all.
If they do it wrong, you know the intention behind it.
Yes.
You understand right away the intention.
For me, he's not even good at decision making. His decision making is horrendous. But do I think that if he goes to another club, he can be coached to actually make him make better decisions?
But wasn't his decision making better in the 3-4-3 system?
For me, the only way I can see him ever staying is he played as one of the wing backs.
It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
But he needs to play on the right for me.
Yeah. Right, as the right, I'd rather have him than Diego Dalot. Because at least going forward, he'll dribble people and he'll take the ball. Diego Dalot, I'm telling you now, Mick, Diego Dalot came on, we went fucking worse the other day. And Mason Mount. When those two came on, we were horrendous. The subs made us worse.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
But you got a point, because I was saying, like, you know, I think that Garnacho needs to come off the bench, like as impact sub. He's still young, you know. His time will come as a starter. That's what I'm trying to say. If we get Matheus Cunha in on the left-hand side, Garnacho will be the bench player, right? But we keep forgetting also, you're saying playing him on the right wing back, but I'd rather play Amad Diallo as a right wing back, to be honest.
I don't know. I'm just, at the end of the day, I'm just thinking, for me personally, decision making. I look at Amad Diallo as well. We're going to burn him out. I just want to pick. I'm not like, I just earlier before I went to see my neighbor, and he's got the game on, and I watched just the Spurs. You know, when the teams before even kicked off, I just saw the lineup, and then I looked at their bench. They basically got every player fit and playing again except for Son.
Oh, they came back with a 1-2. Yeah. So Forest won.
Yeah, Forest won. I mean, yeah, Forest beat them. I mean, I'm not even. I'm just looking at their squad. I think they're one of the big favorites for the Europa League, Jarvis. I really hope your boys Bodo Glimt do the damage.
No, the striker's bad news. You know, the striker, the guy I told you about. He's the top goal scorer in the Europa League this season, I believe. He got injured tonight. So look at this.
Brothers, I'm just going to get myself a drink while you play that.
2 seconds. I will play this for Norwegian just to show you what happened. So look at him here, and you know the studs. You can look at his leg here. Boom, and he's out. And you know
how bad is he?
Paramedics needed to pick him up at the stadium, so he's definitely out for the Spurs game. So now they lost the little midfield maestro Patrick Berg. You know, remember him, the number 7,
the best player,
and their best other midfielders, Håkon Evjen, and now their striker is out. So it's not looking good.
And they're playing against a Spurs team who've got everybody fit except for
Yeah. So I'm not very very optimistic when it comes to this game.
When you're a small club, a small team, you need your best players to be fit and firing.
Yes.
You cannot afford to lose the fire. When I looked at the lineup earlier before the Spurs game kicked off, I looked at their bench and I looked at their starting 11. I was like, they're going to have something to say about this Europa League. But in terms of Garnacho, going back to Garnacho and staying on the subject, Jarvis, which I'm not good at sometimes, staying on the subject.
That's all right. We free flow tonight. That's
I have to reel my way back in, right? I think that at this moment in time, the way he's playing, he's the most frustrating player. And it's the same thing with Rasmus. Do I think those two, if they had developmental coaches, and next season we get replacements for them, but they're on the bench and they're coming on impacting games? Yes. Do I think that could happen? Yes. But do I think that the way the club are moving, that if they sold Garnacho, I won't lose sleep over it. I think he can develop and become really potential maybe when he's at 25, 26. He could be a brilliant player. But at this moment in time at Manchester United, they burn him to death. They play him every game.
Yeah.
And same thing with Rasmus.
We don't develop them at all.
Yeah, we don't.
They decline.
Yeah, of course they do.
So
they get worse and worse. And I see Diego Dalot. Diego Dalot is getting worse and worse and fucking worse. Should have given him the day off. By the way, we just heard, and I don't know if you heard the news, but Lindelof had to leave because he said his son split his head open.
What?
And, he had to have stitches, so that he had to have an emergency surgery, and that's why he left the game at halftime.
I got it here. The message is Victor had to leave midway through Manchester United's best game of the season. His son was rushed to the hospital with a serious head injury. The Swedish defender had to be due to come on as an interval sub during the Red Devils Europa League. He said, "My youngest son, Francis, had split his entire head open. He had been chasing his big brother Ted Louis at home and fallen into our glass staircase."
Why would you have a glass staircase?
His forehead was in 2 parts, and he was in hospital both Thursday and Friday. He had to have plastic surgery to put his forehead back together. And he was put under anesthetics.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel bad for Lindelof. Sorry.
But why would you have why would you have little children and have glass stairs? Who the F has glass stairs? You're asking for trouble. I'm sorry, Jarvis, you're asking for trouble. I know kids can run into the side of a tabletop and split their head open. Children are children.
It happens. Yeah, it happens.
But glass, Jarvis, glass.
Yeah.
He should be lucky. He should be lucky that he is basically is alive.
Yeah. I mean, children are children. You know, they do clumsy things and accidents do happen. At the end of the day, this is one of our players' children, so I have sympathy. But he ain't going to be in the club in the summer anyway. So yeah.
But it's unfortunate.
What was the news?
He will be fine.
And what was the news with Mazraoui? He also left.
Apparently, he left. I don't know something. We don't know what happened with Mazraoui, but apparently he left the stadium as well.
Maybe it was Mazraoui's son that was chasing.
Hey! Big up.
Ni hao ma. Ni hao.
Sure. Rubbish connection from Dubai. I'm just saying a quick hello.
Well, very often, Mick.
The connection.
If he's had enough.
So I'm just saying.
The United have drove you so crazy. You left the country, Mick, eh? You're like
Stu.
Stu, you said I'll leave the country
it's a swap over.
You are. I know exactly where you are. You're by the O'Leary's pub there, somewhere in the terminal.
Yeah, something. Yeah, something's just beyond me. And anyway, it's a quick hello because the connection's not great. So have a great show, lads, and I'll see you hopefully next Monday. You're quite broken up.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, you're going to China.
I will bond you. I'm on my way to China. Yeah.
Swing by Thailand. Yeah. Okay. You swing back to.
I've got about an hour, I think. So
yeah.
Any chance?
Swing back to China. Anyway, big up. I've got.
There we go.
Safe journey, Stu.
Cheers. Big up, all. I'll see you later.
Big up.
See you, boys.
See you later.
See you, guys. All the best.
Bye, safe.
Big up.
Big up.
Bye-bye.
Good to see you. Bye.
Hushkudu.
Okay, we are Stu on the mystery, the man of traveling mystery all around the world. Dubai apparently now. He's on his way to China doing business. Business.
No, let's tell the truth, Jarvis. United have drove him. Out of the country. You know what I mean?
It's China, you go.
He watched that Wolves game and he was like, fuck this, and get me out of here.
He's there to negotiate. He's there to negotiate no tariffs from the tactical devils. No tariffs.
Hey, no tariffs. Manchester United play like they got fucking tariffs, Mick. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that much. Manchester United are full of tariff.
I have a question from you for you, Noradin. With no, it's not that question. Sorry, but it's from Gamer TV. It's a Jarvis question for Noradin. What do you think of Cunha links? Because apparently we've been strongly linked to Cunha today.
Mr. Romano.
PRFC. Here we go. PRBSFC. Here we go. PRBSFC. Here we go. We lose the game. Everybody's coming for the manager. Everybody's coming for the club and Ratcliffe. Omar Barada and all of them, Wilcox, all of them are getting abused in the stadium. Because, rightly so, because they're trying to kick people out who have had the same seats on the same side of the stadium for 60 years, some of them. and they're kicking them out. And the next day, magically, bank holiday in the UK. It's the bank holiday in the UK. It's Easter Monday, bank holiday. And magically, Jarvis and Mick, we're signing Cunha.
So that means that, they're utilizing Fabrizio Romano and
it's not even Fabrizio Romano's reporting, it's a guy from the Daily Mail and Ben Jacobs.
Oh,
and Ben
Fabrizio
Jacobs,
Romano as well.
Is he saying that as well?
Yeah.
Okay, well, for
he
me,
said
I
it.
just don't see it. I really don't see it. And
it says here, in the last 48 hours, Manchester United had fresh positive contacts with the agents of Matheus Cunha. The feeling between Ruben Amorim and Cunha is excellent. There was some sort of great connection between United, Amorim and Cunha, Fabrizio Romano. And then there's more coming under from Fabrizio Romano.
Some connection between them. On the other thing on the Daily Mail, it says inching. That's the new word for your Scandinavian people.
Maybe was there a group hugs in the shower? A great connection there? I don't know. You have a. Ooh. We saw him speaking to Casemiro 2-3 good minutes. Well, I hear you, Nuruddin. It's like, I believe
I've been here before.
Yep.
I've seen it all. I've been here before. I've bought the T-shirt. I've ate the popcorn. I've seen the movie before. That's a new song for you people. I've seen it all. I've worn the T-shirt. I bought the popcorn.
Well,
I'm sat here. I'm listening to the PSPR.
But okay, Dino, if it happens, would you be happy with this song?
First of all, I actually don't think he's worth 63 million. I think the most I'll pay for him is 45 million. I think he scored a lot of important goals for Wolverhampton just to keep them up there. But I actually don't think he is as explosive as the people making him out to be. And I actually think him alone is not going to get us back. I personally think Manchester United need at least 6 or 7 first-team starters.
We are linked today. We've been linked to. Yeah, I'm just going to say we've been linked to Delap, Cunha, and Osimhen.
And Semenyo.
Who else?
Semenyo. 70 million, no way. 70 million.
Semenyo, Bournemouth. Semenyo, the Bournemouth winger.
No chance. Leave off the crap people. Who are the journalists linking all this stuff? So we're back. So we lose. Huge storm. Pressure on the coach. Pressure on Ratcliffe and his clowns and the dodgy Dave and Omar Barada. We get linked to 4 or 5 players. Miraculously the next day. On a bank holiday, we get linked to 4 or 5 players. 4 or 5. How?
And we've been linked to one goalkeeper. Was it Chilwell or
no? It's Juan Santos, something like that.
Yeah,
Juan Santos.
Xavier. Yeah. And they've been sending out apparently scouts to Porto to watch Diego Costa as well.
Costa.
Where are Man United getting all this money from?
Robbing the bank? I don't know.
I said it. I'll stand by it. The other day, I did a match reaction with Saeed, and I said, "Break the PSR laws." Nottingham Forest have done it. They've done it more than once.
Just
break it all. Go and spend the fucking money and get back this coach. Because I'm telling you now, Jarvis, the chorus to get him out is building. It's getting louder and louder and louder. Because when you look at the stats, Jarvis, 15 losses, 20 times since he's been in charge. 20 games we've gone 1-0 behind. 20 games. The stats are not there for them. We've got 5 games left.
6 wins. 6 wins.
That is sackable form, Jarvis. But we know it's not his fault. We know that's not his fault. We know that. Yeah, we all know that. It's nothing to do with him. It's the with the Glazers and the Ratcliffe and Ratcliffe Glazer, what they're doing. So at the end of the day, I've been out here defending him, and people are coming like telling me, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I can't judge him. I can't judge Amarin. But in terms of the players that we've been linked with, I said, me and Saeed did a show earlier this afternoon, and we said, my 5 dream signings. You ready? My 5 dream signings. It means no for money, not everything. My 5 dream signings were Diego Costa.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I was going to sign Savio from Man City as the right wing back. I was going to sign Fatinia in midfield.
Vitinha.
Yeah, that's what I was going to sign. Yeah. Look at Jarvis.
Yeah. No, I love him.
I was going to sign. Who else? So how many is that? It's Fatinia,
Costa, Savio.
And then who's the other 2? Reinders.
Reinders, yes. AC Milan.
Yeah. And I was going to sign a striker. I couldn't really think of any. Like,
you talked a lot about Delap.
Yeah, I really like Delap, but I'm talking about experienced goal scorer. And there isn't many that I can have a look and go, ooh, this person is that.
Gyökeres or Osimhen?
Harry Kane.
No. 32. No. 32. Harry Kane. He's slower than he was 2 years ago, Jarvis. Have you seen him now? Really slow.
Yeah.
Well,
he can still shoot. But number 10, who did I say I wanted as a number 10? Damn, who did I say? Oh, yeah, Lang. You know who plays for Paris Saint-Germain? Lang?
The South Korean guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Scholes is coming out. Hey, Scholesy.
Get back in there. It's sleepy time, you little shit. He woke up because one of the dogs was barking. He's just trying to find his sweet spot.
How about is number 10 Xavi Simons? No.
That's Alien Tenno's fella.
Yeah.
Alien Tenno loves him.
Yeah, I got another scoop. Not scoop, but a player that I know you guys like that is not being given game time under Bayern, Palhinha.
Palhinha, you're on mute.
Listen, I tell you what, Spurs have killed him. Richarlison was one of the talents in the Premier League, and he's gone to Spurs, and he's not the right. He doesn't look the right player. I would sign Richarlison. He's not my dream signing of all strikers, but I will sign Richarlison. My dream sign. You know, if you said to me tomorrow, who would I sign, Lewandowski or Harry Kane? I will sign Lewandowski straight away.
Yeah. He's brilliant.
But there's going to be a striker hunt between Arsenal, us, and Chelsea. I mean, we said it before. Chelsea don't have any recruitment strategy. I think that Chelsea's recruitment strategy, Dino, is Manchester United scouting department. They look at what we getting, and they're going to get it. Yeah, facts. Right. So now they're going all in because they see that we are looking at Delap. They're going to go all in for Delap. They're going to snatch him, not because they need him, just because Manchester United want him. So let him have him in that case. That means that we have an open path for 2 strikers, which is, Gyökeres, the leading golden boot in Europe 2 years in a row, or Osimhen. So if
big up, man.
So I say just if it comes down to United, Arsenal, and let's say who else is looking for Chelsea over Victor Gyökeres, a Man United offer, who do you think he will go to? He will go home to Papa. That's a big pulling power. I mean, he made a gentleman's agreement with Sporting to say he will not rinse the talent. He didn't take anyone as of yet. So there's one player that he really, really wants, and that's Gyökeres. We didn't get Cuenda.
No.
We didn't touch any of the...
And by the way, Chelsea are interested in Cunha as well. I'm just letting you know. Chelsea.
Yep.
So Jarle Malmin comes in. Liam Delap is Manchester United's #1 striker targets, according to Laurie Liam Delap, according to Laurie Whitwell.
PR.
Laurie Whitwell and Liam Delap. Yeah, so
I think
we are linked to 3 strikers heavily. I don't think we will sign more than maximum one of them. That's just my.
Here's my thoughts. It's like us three gentlemen. We are planning to go out on a big night out. And I tell Nuruddin, I want really Margot Robbie. Yeah. And Nuruddin's gonna, I also fancy her. So as soon as we go out there to nightclub, I see you swarming all around Margot Robbie. But eventually I just lie to Nuruddin because I don't really fancy Margot Robbie. You know who I want instead? And I want Laura Croft, whatever, you know what I mean? So there can be a diversion, as what we say, putting out there to the credible journalist that, he's the number one striker target. Then means that Chelsea's running for that skirt, you know what I mean? And that leaves us that we have a free path to get the woman that we want, or the striker that we want. Just a wild theory.
Before we move on with this lap thing, I just want to say, let's do a quick Q&A, 2 minutes time. So start getting your questions in and ask anything. Anything goes when it comes to this. Now it's time just to free flow and ask questions. I see Genghis Khan coming in and say Delap is the future and the future center forward, and Ferguson would have snapped him right up. So, and personally, I think Gyökeres is the best of those three on paper.
But the question, the question is,
at the best, because he's used to playing with Amorim.
I have no issues with the lap, but the question is, do we need somebody for the future, or do we need somebody that can hit the ground running straight away? I think we had enough of these P-platers. You know what I mean? And is there any guarantee that he will become the future best up-and-coming striker, especially at United? I mean, we've seen the development on other players. They're not, they're regressing instead of progressing.
Yeah. I would have. I definitely want we need a ready-made striker right away. There's nothing.
No doubt about it.
No. I want to do the Q&A, guys. Get your questions in. I have some questions already, so get as many as possible. Let's play the jingle.
This gives me the 80s feelings, oh, what a feeling. Can't believe it.
It sounds like the mesh. Is it the mesh mode? One of the mesh mode tracks.
The mesh mode?
Yeah. Sounds like one of their tracks. Jarvis has frozen. The Scandinavian freeze. He's back again magically. You froze.
He froze.
I know.
Massive Attack. It also sounds like one of the Massive Attacks tracks. Massive Attack as well. Depeche Mode and Massive Attack. That's what that song sounds like. That's why I was boogieing.
It's a great tune. It's a great tune.
Yeah, it was it sounded like that. First there comes nothing but a slow building in. What a feeling. Can't believe it. We're gonna sign Gyökeres and Osimhen for sure.
There you go. Mickey's about to watch out. Mick, what's the Sweden spring like? Do you want to get back to Thailand? Are you missing Thailand?
Yeah. I want to crawl into my shell and go as quick as back. First 2 days was 19 degrees, was sunshine, beautiful. I came here with my winter jacket, but now the past couple of days been 9 degrees, miserable and rain, and I just
What about you, Jarvis? You were in the slopes.
I was in the slopes. I've been at the slopes and at the after ski pub bar.
I can see that on your face. I can see the sunshine on your face. You tanned up.
Yeah. I'm tired.
Sunny Norway, Sunny fucking Norway.
I came home 5 a.m. on Sunday morning.
You had away game.
Party!
Oh, I'm still tired. I'm still tired.
Party!
Jarvis.
Jarvis was out. Not just I'm going out. Are you out? I'm out. Not twice.
I'm out.
I'm out.
Jarvis had away game. What was the score prediction?
Was it a 5-3? Was it a 5-3 winner? Header back post.
I heard it was a dead rubber.
It was a 6-9.
Oh my god, that was one of the craziest.
Nerdin, I heard it was a dead rubber game.
0-0. It was a Wolves Manchester United game. Oh god.
Well, we have some questions coming in. Let's just get going on with the Q&A. We can do like 10 minutes before
the Norwegian Queen is in hospital. What's going on here? The Pope passed away. Big up to all my Catholic people.
Oh, that's bad news. That's bad news.
How old is she?
70s-ish, something. Yeah.
And the Bodø claimed the strikers in hospital too. What's going on?
Yeah. Jarvis showed me before.
Yeah, I showed you the footage. You know, with the
it's fucking
tackle.
Spurs in the final, mate. Flipping it.
Yeah.
Could
you imagine 2 teams that's in the 14th, 15th are playing in the finals? Let's say if we go through the finals, revenge time, 100% for us. We're going to beat them. We have to. Okay.
4th time is the charm, isn't it? We lost 3 times against Spurs, so yeah, we can do it. And I watched actually yesterday Real Madrid against Athletic Bilbao, and Bilbao, they are ballers. They're good players, and the strikers of them, a huge guy. Harry Maguire will struggle physically with him. So yeah.
Listen, Saeed watched it. He told me defensively, they are solid.
Wrong.
We can't score goals. They're gonna have Nico Williams back. He had a little groin strain. He'll be back for the game.
And Boxing Straight Talk coming in and say we won't make the final. Bilbao are much better than Lyon. Yeah. Jan Malmin comes in and say the Queen is 87. Actually, I didn't know that. But yeah, okay.
You're a good person, Jarvis. Does she care about the people? Is she a good person?
Yeah, I think so. But she's married to the king, She's not in heritage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
she's a normal person. She's
I can see us go to Spain and get a draw and take it to Old Trafford.
Ever the optimist, Mickey. Mickey, do you ever envision United getting beat one game?
Of course.
We got beat 15 times. Every game you would have said, yeah, we're going to get something from here.
I don't see us making the final, to be honest. I don't see us passing through Bilbao. But you never say never. It's a cup competition. It's 2 games. They're a better team.
Sometimes, you know what they say?
Yeah, Bilbao struggling against Rangers.
Listen, styles make fights.
Yeah.
But Rangers are a decent team.
They are.
Rangers came and troubled us.
Yeah, they're not a pushover, walkover. Anyway, we have some questions here. But let's just go at the questions. This one, let's see. I just want to go through them.
Armadillo will be back.
Okay, this one is for you, Mick. Jordan Wall comes in, and what's your thought on Isaac Hien?
I have no idea. Is he Swedish?
He's a Swedish centre back. I think he plays for Atalanta.
I haven't watched anything, so no comments, Jordan. I'm sorry, I'm not aware of Isaac, so I cannot comment on a play that I don't know.
I checked the stats; they look very good. But
that is Serie A. That's Serie A.
Yeah.
With a pinch of salt. That league's on fraud watch. I see some McTominay megging people, rolling the ball and all that. Are you?
Yeah. He's like
a over 50s football, that walking football, that league.
It is.
The only 2 players I trust from that league is Reinders and Barella.
Barella. That's the only player I trust. Barella or the Brazilian guy at Atalanta, Eduardo.
I'm sorry, Jordan. I don't know.
Ederson.
Eduardo.
Ederson. This guy. Ederson. He is
Brazilian.
Brazilian. 4 goals, 1 assist this season. Here's his FB refs. Looking good, a lot of green.
But he's a DM, right?
He's a DM, yeah.
Do we need another DM?
But he's not good at tackling blocks and clearances. For being a DM, he's not a defensive DM. He's a ball-playing DM, I would say.
What's his ball progression?
Progressive passes, it's 6.5 passes a game. So he's in the 82nd percent. So it's quite good. But he's not a ball carrier. It's like one carry.
But that's what we need. We need a ball carrier number 8.
Reinders, man. He's not better than Reinders for me.
But there's a lot of hype about this guy. So a lot of people rate him.
Jarvis, go back there. Go back there. I want you to look at a player. I looked at him. His name is Oh, God. What was his name? Yeah, let me just get it. His name is...
El Matador.
His name is El Bilal Torre. ELBILAL, right? TOURE.
Who?
El
Bilal Torre, yeah.
Ivory Coast.
So 12 games in the Bundesliga, 4 in the Champions League, 3 goals so far this season in 16 games. His stats are compared in the top 5 leagues. Non-penalty goals, 81%. Expected assisted goals, 92%. So it's quite good. Pass attempts, 90%.
Progressive carries, 88.
Yes, now we're talking. Carries, 2.54 a game, 88%. And take-ons. He's a dribbler, 83%.
He's quite fast.
And aerial ones, 90%.
Yes.
He wins 4 aerial duels every game. So he's probably quite tall.
Yeah,
see how big he is. He's
very physical.
No, well, yeah, he's just 6'1".
185, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But
was this the guy you talked about that you watched in the AFCON?
In the African nations, yeah.
Yeah.
He looks explosive. But he was strong. You can't shake him off the ball. He's very strong.
Yeah. Stuttgart has a lot of good players. They have that midfielder, the one with the cliff. What's his name?
Oh, I forgot his name.
You know, but he's really good.
Ivory Coast. Do you have Amad Diallo? Is also Ivory Coast, right? Cote d'Ivoire. Yeah. Cool.
Next question coming up. It's from Thomas. Big up. Thank you, Jordan, for the question. Thomas Vedinos. He said, how many signings do you think it's realistic this summer? And who do you think is most important for the team? And now, are we talking positions or names?
I think he's talking about positions.
Yeah. So
I think Manchester United needs 7 to go straight into the starting lineup.
6.
Now that we need a goalkeeper, I think 7.
Yeah.
We need two wingers as attacking as wing backs, because I'm not having anybody fullback. I want 2 wingers. 2 wingers as attacking wing backs. I'm having 2 wingers as attacking wing backs. I'm having 2 centre midfielders. I'm having 2 number 10s and a striker. I want 8 actually, and a goalkeeper.
Okay. And a goalkeeper. So 8. Okay. Mick.
I think I said it realistically, like the way.
And really, we need 2 centre halves as well. So 11, to be fair, Mick. And Jarvis.
2 centre halves.
2 centre halves.
Okay, and whole team.
Quick guys who can play. I think so. I will, because Fredrickson looks good. I need to get rid of Lindelof and Maguire and get 2 more experienced centre backs who can play the system.
I predicted this early in the stream, and I said that I don't think we're gonna get more than 3-4 signings in. I think that this is the golden opportunity for Amorim to play the youth to the end of the season and to see who is ready to step into the first team. We have a lot of good academy players, especially in the midfield. On the right, we have Bentito Mentada as well as a right winger, up and coming. Potentially, they will look at that model to bring in these players into the first team and get maybe 3-4 signings in, a goalkeeper, a striker, potentially a number 8. Yeah. But we spoke about, the uprising of Amass to play on the left. Dorgu go on the right to compete with Degordaloy, because we know that Amorim likes to have a left-footed right winger sort of kind of thing. So I think that we'd be surprised. I think we'd be surprised. Nobody knows who we're linked to. Of course, media is reporting Osimhen or Gyökeres or whatever, Delap. That's definitely going to happen, the striker. Goalkeeper, it's not smoke without fire. We need a better goalkeeper. But I think we're going to look to the academy this year as well, like to see who can step up. We do have good players in the academy.
We do. We have a lot of good players, but are they ready to? And is it a healthy environment to come into? Are we able to raise their level to be good enough for the future? Because I feel we need. For me to answer this question, I would say we need at least 4 players, like cool. Premier League proven or international proven players that come in and raise the level of the team, because we have too many young players, and the one of the older guards, all the guys we have are not good enough. They are not consistent enough. Like,
name the 4 players, Jarvis. Can you name them?
The 4 players. No, but let's say we definitely need a goalkeeper, a proven goalkeeper. I'm always been talking about Oblak. I know he's an impossible signing, but a player like Oblak that we all know, Donnarumma, whatever,
7 out of 10 every week.
Yeah, I think we need a goalkeeper in that stature. So a goalkeeper, I would go for a goalkeeper. I also think we need
a ball-playing midfielder.
Ball-playing midfielder, yes.
100% energy.
Like a Vitinha type of guy, or whoever that's really good on the ball, who's secure on the ball and makes everything tick.
A striker?
And a striker, obviously, we need a striker and a number 10. So that's 4 players. If we can get 4 guys in, I think we.
You're not touching the wing backs, Jarvis. You're not touching the wing backs.
No,
wow.
No. And
wow, I fundamentally disagree with you. I think the most important signings for Manchester United is the wing backs, because if he's going to stick with his system, Mick and Jarvis and the audience, if he's going to stick with his system, they have to be 2 devastatingly attacking players that can bring his system to life. But go ahead.
Yeah, but the thing is, we got to keep it realistic, and I think 4 players is doable. I think it's doable.
Oh, what happened to?
And Nick, don't forget we have the club world championship. 2 weeks the transfer window closes.
Yeah,
they will receive a lot of big bucks for that tournament. Those clubs. So I think a lot of the clubs who have prospects to sell, they will hold out until the end of the Club World Cup. I think a lot of things will happen after, and then you only have a limited amount of weeks left. So I think it will be a hectic window.
We're linked to the right wing back from Porto, Roger Fernandez. He's apparently equally good to Quenda, right, according to the reports. But the question is, are they looking at it to say, well, look, we might as well spend money on the striker, spend all the cash. The goalkeeper were not planned, but we need to get a goalkeeper. I know he's saying that the right wing back is a priority. I do understand. Our left wing backs is not up to par and standard the way he wanted. He wanted, remember, Nuno Mendes, that's tearing apart in PSG. Dorgu is not the answer as of yet. Harry Amass' development. Luke Shaw cannot play. He's far gone already. So I agree with Nerdin saying we need 2 top class right wingers and right wing backs and left wing backs, because that is important pillar stone of his attacking football, right? They are the ones providing the width and the service. But do we have the money to do that? That's the question.
For me, For me, if he doesn't prioritize those, then he's gonna get sacked for me, because nobody's accepting 7 footballers defending next season, and us getting beat by Bournemouth, Bournemouth can do the double over us. Wolves did the double over us. Spurs did the double over us. Like, I'm telling you now, he's under extreme pressure. So's Omar Barada, so's this Ineos All Project. If they don't get attacking wing backs who can carry the ball, we're effed next season.
Yeah. How about ping pong?
No. I want wingers, Mick.
Wingers,
okay. Traditional wingers to play as wing backs.
Yeah. I hear you.
I think we're good. I think we can, because we're not competing for the title anyway next season. It's just another stepping stone. So I think we just have to take it in time and let some of these young players develop. And I feel when it comes to wing backs, we have Dorgu, we have Amass, we have Leon,
Jarvis,
we have even Ahmad who can play there. So for me, I think we're secure enough.
I do understand.
And for me, the two most important roles is the goalkeeper and the striker. And after that, it's a number 10 and then a ball-playing midfielder.
Jarvis, I'll ask you the question.
The spine. The spine is more important.
Can you tell me the last player we've developed in the last 10 years? Any players we've developed?
The last 10 years?
We made better?
McTominay?
I don't think McTominay developed. We played him in the wrong position, and then we used him as a sub to crash the box. He's not developed. Anyway, and now he's in Serie A, which is like over.
He's for free. Hernandez.
Yeah.
Is he for free?
Nah, he can't be.
Now please, and I beg you guys, understand me. Traditional fullbacks defensively will go into shape and make it a back five, and we can see goals anyway. So I want attacking. I want people, wingers who can push the opposition right back, fullbacks rightly back. That's what we need.
But think of it, Nordin. Imagine this season with a decent goalkeeper and a decent striker. A striker who could score in between.
That's not enough, Jarvis. Jarvis, we've lost 15
and a goalkeeper
games.
Didn't concede 10 goals, 10 errors leading to goal a season.
Jarvis, we need more than that. Jarvis, we don't score goals. We don't create jack. We don't score goals, Jarvis. His whole system is the wing backs.
True.
The whole system is the wing backs. Because he's supposed to be able to ball carry us. He's supposed to create chances. But they don't. They've got a lot. He plays against me every week.
Yeah.
And
you're right.
Dorgu's 20 years old, come from Milwaukee Football League, and now he looks like bamboozled. He doesn't even know what's going on the football pitch now. In the first 3-4 games, he looked all right. Now it looks like somebody's like, taxi! Somebody used to call it Uber for me. It's like he looks lost on the football pitch. An 18-year-old Amass came on and looked way better than him.
Yeah.
So, for me, I agree with you, both of you, on the chat. If we go away, if Amarin changes system to play 4-3-3, I'd be like, okay, I agree now. I agree, right? So the priority is the strikers and number 10, right? And a midfield player. I would agree with you. But his system is wing backs.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, you're right.
A lot of people tuning in at the moment. I don't know if Big Six is over or whatever. So if you haven't smashed a like, if you're new, subscribe to the channel. You have more questions. I just want to read out this from Danny B. It said, Cunha, Dilapia, Shari, Nypan, Boscagli is free. Juan Jimenez, Argentina, and Joao Garcia as a goalkeeper. So that's 180 million and 20 million left over for a winger or a wing back. So yeah, that's 7 players there from Danny B.
Well,
yeah.
At the end of the day, we can sit here and have a wish list, but nobody really knows what Vivell is doing behind the scenes. So we will see in the summer, right? He's really good in his job, and I trust he can find those hidden gems as well. But I agree what you're saying, the nerd. Of course, the wingbacks is the fundamental pillar stone on his system. So we need to have wingers that can carry the ball, not wingbacks. Wingers, what you say. And that's what we said. Could we convert Garnacho to be more of a wingback as well? No, I don't think he's defensively good. But Ahmad, he knows how to do it. That's why I say he plays a wingback.
Next question coming in from MUTube. This is an interesting one. It's a panel. It's December 2026. So next Christmas. Amarim, he has lost 7 games already this season. It's not looking good. He signed 5 players in the summer, and he's about to get sacked. So who are you getting and why?
If I was...
Where do we go from here?
I'm not Wenger. I don't have a crystal ball. Like, this is so difficult. Not Marty McFly to go back to the future, mate. I don't want to think that far.
I know who I would sign, and I'm sure Noradin agrees with me. He's the manager of Bournemouth.
Yeah.
He's the guy I want in. Stable guy, not a fancy-pantsy style of type of style of play. He knows it's solid. He demands work rate, and he can get
but he
get players to play in a team.
Does he play 3 in the back though?
No.
So that means that we start over again.
4-2-3-1.
So that means that we start again, and we have to start recruiting player again for that type of system. So if Amarin gets sacked, we need to look at another manager that plays the 3-4-3. Logically, right?
Yeah. But I would take Areola if it was me, just to answer the question. He's my guy.
Facts. We need a stabilizer. Stabilize.
Yeah. Maybe he's not the best manager out there, but he's stable.
I think he meant December 25, not 20.
Yeah, but next December, yeah.
A team that was fighting relegation against relegation has made them into a stable football club. They've only run out of gas, really, because he hasn't got a big squad.
And
I don't think we are ready for a manager like, let's say, the Marseille manager. What's his name again? The Brighton one.
Oh, De Zerbi.
I don't think we are ready for a guy like De Zerbi.
I love his football, man.
Yeah, but we don't have the right type of players. We don't have the personnel. I think we need to play someone who can go for basic football. Make things simple. And just make us a solid football team again. And then we can try to build on that. We need a base, a foundation. That's just my thoughts. And
you're right. You're right, because at the end of the day, we don't need anybody to come here and overcomplicate it. I agree with you about that. 100%. We need somebody to bring the stabilizer.
I think I remain on the fence of that one. I want to see like proper transfer window. I want to see Ratcliffe pulling out his wallet. If he doesn't fucking back the manager, if he gives him Happy Meals instead of Big Macs, I'll be fucking furious, to be honest. Like, if you know what I mean, like, you wish for a Big Mac, upsize, large fries, large Coke, they come with a Happy Meal with a toy. Are you happy? No. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this window will be super important, barring that we had such a shit, miserable season. Like, at least fucking what you said, Nuruddin, break the PSR.
Yeah.
Take the penalty.
By the way, Lee Parker, we are doing a Q&A, so if you have any questions, just throw them in there, and we will try to answer them as best as we could. This question was from MUTube. He just asked, who do we get in if Amarim starts the season badly, and in Christmas time he's about to get sacked. Another manager question is from Eduardo coming in and say, would you guys want Zidane as a coach?
Unless he brings 5 developmental coaches that can improve players, then no.
No.
Because I think players will play for him, but can they be developed? Is he a developmental coach? I don't think he is. If United get 3 the top developmental coaches in Europe, then I would take.
But was Zidane ever a coach? He was more of a manager who managed a man.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm saying bring good coaches with him.
Yeah.
Who can develop players? Because I think the players would respect him because he's Zidane. The players will want to play for him. So, No, we need a stabilizer. To be fair, we need to. I think Zidane might be the last guy.
Yeah, me too. I think he will be to the icing on the cake. But
so maybe as Areola, De Zerbi, then Zidane.
Yeah.
Well, the PSG coach is doing a fantastic job.
He denied us. You know that he said no to us after the World Cup. When the World Cup was on, they tried to get him, and he said no. He was after the World Cup. He stayed with Spain. Enrique. He was a
Enrique,
fantastic player.
Yeah.
Oh,
he was a top player, man. Good player.
But he would never get the proper backing at Man United, so it would never have worked with Enrique. I don't think so. That's just my thoughts.
I'm impressed what he done with PSG. Just basically got rid of all the Galacticos and just focused on young players and developing a new style of play. Like, you know, they're so good to watch.
It's all about the Benjamins. It's all about money. True. You know, he's got his proper backing. It's not the big name players, but you know, signing an 18-year-old for 60 million here and there. You know, it's
and he's got Vitinha, motherfucker.
Yeah, Vitinha, and all of these great players. I just want to congratulate Neil Driscoll. Big up, old friend, coming in and say my wedding anniversary today, 35 years. Congratulations, Neil. Congratulations.
Big up, old Driscoll!
That's quite an achievement. 35 years.
Wow.
Bloody hell, O'Driscoll. Bloody hell. 35 years and not out. Fantastic, mate.
Impressive.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Who does she support? That's the question. Is she a United fan as well?
Hopefully. Not a Liverpool fan.
I mean, you don't know. It could be a he, actually. He or she. You know, got to be open these days.
We have to be open these days. Question from Boxing Straight Talk. He comes in. Questions: how many months into the season do you think Amorim will get before?
Depends on the results. He will not be getting what he's getting right now from the majority of Old Trafford crowd. And he's getting a backing at the moment. They're singing that new song about Amorim. Bring the red glory back again. Gets back in the Ruben Amorim. Bring the glory back. Glory days back again. He's back in from the straight end. Listen, he's not getting that next season, I tell you. If we get Bournemouth beat us, if Brighton beat us, we've lost 8 games at Old Trafford in the league this season. 8. If he's not getting that support, I'm telling you.
If you go back again, it all depends on what fucking Ratcliffe is giving him, you know? That's what I say. If you want a Big Mac and you get a Happy Meal, like how the fuck are you going to support, you know, play? And that's what I'm saying. This window, they need to back him. They need to break the bank, you know?
Yeah. I see a lot of people, they back the manager. They back Ruben Amorim. Yeah. DC comes in and say Amorim for a decade. Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna sack him because they backed themselves in the corner. They picked the man. It's their man.
Yeah. They just have to stick with it.
Yeah.
Next question coming in. It's from Dan P. You say I forgot about the freeze, like Jonathan David plays in France, Lille. Do you think he's a good rotation option? He scores a lot of goals. He'll be scoring about 20 goals every season now for the last five seasons, I believe.
Who's the stop?
I would actually. Dan P. Yes, I would take him. I would take him. Him and another striker, rather than just signing one striker and keeping Hojlund.
I don't know honestly, I don't know what people see in Jonathan Davis.
But he scored goals. I said squad rotation option. That's the question.
He already said in the interview he wants to go to Spain.
But if you bring him as a squad option, then you're blocking the development of Cheetah, Obi, and others. Yeah. So no, I think
no. I don't believe that, Mick. I think people are good enough they will break through. If they develop properly. I'd rather bring other guys so then the players that develop properly, then they step up when they're ready. I don't want to rush them. Look, David Beckham, till he was 23 years old, he was at Preston. Fergie bought him back from Preston when he was 23 years old.
Right, yeah, guys. You remember this player Tell that was supposed to come to United and went to Spurs.
Yeah.
Is he shitting his pants over there, or what's going on with him?
I don't watch Spurs.
I don't watch him either.
No.
He hasn't really set the world up, has he?
Story says in Jonathan David, he sees timing when it comes to a striker. He sees timing, and Rasmus is lost when it comes to timing. And that one I agree. No timing with Rasmus.
He's even lost his pace.
Yeah,
I don't know. Is it just my eyes, or has he actually lost his pace?
No, it's just erratic. He doesn't know.
It's called fatigue. He can't stay on his feet. To me, the biggest thing about Rasmus Hojlund is that his fatigue and his obsession to fight with defenders. Is to work as a striker. You want to be so slippy. You never want to go and fight your defenders. You want to be in between the defenders.
He's like Bambi in Disney. Like keeps falling off his leg.
That's what I said. He's Bambi on ice.
Bambi on ice.
Disney on ice.
Every game I watch him at least 10 or 8 or 10 times he's on the floor.
Yeah.
Muhammad Saki comes in and say, guys, why not bring in Fletcher's son in the middle in the midfield now for the future?
Yeah, he's part of the plans.
Is it Jack? Is it Jack? Jack Fletcher.
Tyler and Jack.
Should we play him, Jack Fletcher, now for the remainder of the last 5 games as a sub or maybe a starter sometimes?
Bueno.
Yeah. I would rather go for Sekou Kune, but that's me. Yeah. Next question coming in. Thank you, Mohamed Saki. Next question, Dan P. Do we see Ahmad as a wingback or a number 10? Mick?
Both. I can see him both. But I liked him when he played as a wingback, and he took the instructions correctly from the manager, and he executed and he scored. I think if we have him as a wingback and we play like Xerxes a number 10 or more creative players, we have all of a sudden abundance of attacking force, and then Amass on the left wingback or Dorgu. That's what it is, and that's why I agree with Nuruddin. You need to have wingers playing as a wingbacks, but at the same time you got to utilize the best number 10s that you have, and a good striker. So that's what the whole system is about. So I'll put Ahmad as a wingback. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
It's definitely a number 10, but if he can play as a wingback.
Yeah, you could put, Xerxes as right-sided number 10 as well. Have Ahmad feeding 2 ballers, playing with each other, right?
Yeah.
It's a lethal combination.
Nordin, Ahmad, is he a wingback or number 10? Quick answer, yes or no? Wingback or 10?
I'm not sure yet. We've not enough data. There's not enough data. To me, when he was playing as the wingback, him and Anthony on that side looked better. He looked better balanced. But I'm not sure yet, because I think he would be a brilliant number 10 if they teach him how to play the role. And I think we need a very more physical guy to be the winger to take people on. I genuinely don't think he's a winger. I think he's a natural number 10, and he would be in that. But you have to get the best out of him by giving him the ball. For that, you need to have a brilliant midfield behind him who can find him and feed him, win it back and feed him. And we don't have that.
Yeah, I like Ahmad taking on his fullback, coming with full speed, but he can play number 10.
But he showed Mick, when they doubled up on him or tripled up on him, they cut him out of the game. A lot of times, me and Jarvis, we watch the games. And as soon as they double up on him, they can cut him out of the game. But I think as a number 10, if the midfield is winning the ball and giving it to you again and again, I think it'd be very difficult if he's allowed to roam. And he's already shown, against Liverpool, City and Liverpool, and that making that run, making the runs. You know what I mean? He's clever with
cutting in.
And that majority of the goals that he scored actually are kind of number 10 kind of goals. They're not wing positions. They're number 10 type of goals.
I think Ahmad was at his best in the preseason tour when he played with Mason Mount. Mason Mount always opening up with those diagonal run. Ahmad cutting in and shoot. I think that was a lethal combination. So he needs someone with him to open up space for him. But he's good enough to take on one guy and do something with the ball. But he can't be isolated against 2 or 3 defenders. Then he's useless. Or not useless, but
I missed that. I missed that in Garnacho this season. He's lost it a little bit. He used to come off the bench and just be absolutely terror. Taking on his defender. They didn't know where to go, left, right, dropping a shoulder. I think he's been found out, or he's making it too complicated. Both him and Hojlund has sort of stagnated a bit in their development this season. You can see the goal score, So
that's
maybe next season will be like a more of a reset for him as well.
We have time for one more question. Last question of the night. Sorry, Jamie. We have talked about Cunha. I believe they are legit. Let's go to the next question. But thank you for the question. Yeah, also a big question there from Stephanie. I'm not even sure what it means. She said, Mick, can you read it out? Maybe you understand it better than me.
Yeah, question. Will United prevent losing 20 Premier League games this season? Might draw versus West Ham, but they will lose others, in my opinion. Thoughts?
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, 5 games left, and we've lost 15 games.
It's possible.
I think Spurs have lost 18. Let me just have a look. I think tonight with them, the way they lost.
Chris, there was a brilliant question also for Chris Wiens as well, saying, big up to all. Who's going to win the race, finish 13th, us or Spurs? Lol. Us, of course. We're going to finish above Spurs.
Big up, Chris Whelan. Big up, big up.
That is unbelievable. In 38 games, you've lost, fucking hell, 18. That's unbelievable, man. But United have lost 15. Last season, we lost 12. Season before, 12. This season, 15. And there's 5 games left.
Well, he said it. He's going to
quite an achievement, losing 20 games in a season.
That's a record breaking. And then, by the way, have you noticed that yesterday, because of Ipswich lost, officially we can't get relegated?
Okay, so why are we even worried about this?
We secured with our loss yesterday. We secured our Premier League status. Hooray! And by the way, Leeds are coming up. Leeds are up. Burnley are coming up after tonight.
Yes.
I mean, do we really give a shit?
Two more derbies, 2 more local big games next season.
I mean, Stephanie and the panel, do we really give a shit? I mean, the league is gone anyway. I mean, I can see us losing 20, but depends on how. If you're going to give the youth a chance, play the youth and just focus on the Europa League.
I find it very difficult in 3 months' time, regardless who you signed, being able to turn around 20 losing seasons.
I don't know, man. Yeah. I personally mentally checked out, so I don't give a shit, to be honest.
Well, we won trophies those seasons.
It's easier, Mick. It's easier in lovely fucking sunny Thailand, isn't it? To check out.
Ain't that, especially when you have to be 3 a.m. in the morning to watch the team play, and then 5 a.m. do a match reaction show. Yeah, it's not easy.
No.
Fucking hate them.
It's been a good show. 2 hours, 17 minutes. Great questions. Thank you, everybody, for contributing to the show. We don't have the time to do any more questions. It's been a great show. We talked about most things going on in the world of Man United at the moment. But
we certainly have.
Next game is coming up next weekend. Is it against who are we up against?
Bournemouth away.
Bournemouth away. Okay. Areola.
Oh.
Ooh, we are
and
on
then the Thursday after that, boom, we go into Atletico Bilbao away.
Oh yeah.
I'm not looking forward to it. So 1st of May and 8th of May, it's against Bilbao.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. With Zertsky and Ahmad fit, we might have had a chance. With Ahmad, Zertsky definitely out for the season.
But do you think Ahmad will come back for that game?
No.
Is it close?
No.
Ew.
There are talks about Ahmad coming back, but he will be nowhere near match fit, so it wouldn't matter in a way. By the way, Mick, I just want to say we are on 661 subs, so we are going the right direction. Guys, girls, if you're new and not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. We are trying to reach 1,000 subs, so we will get fully monetized. And if you haven't, smash the like, both on Tactical Devils and co-streaming on Mick's channel, MUFC Realist TV. That will be fantastic. And you are so supportive, and I know you guys help us out as good as you can. So I appreciate it, and thank you, everybody. Any last thoughts, comments on the upcoming weeks and games?
I say, like Daniel here in the chat, Daniel Brain saying, get a draw at Bilbao. I think if we can get a draw at Bilbao, go keep it tight and take it to Old Trafford. But again, we saw what happened to Lyon. It's just crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. And I leave this last question comment here for Noradin. Boxing Straight Talk comes in and say, when will everybody wake up? If we get knocked out and finish 17th, will everybody see it? He thinks Amorim is
I'm already awake, but I don't blame Amorim. I don't think it's Amorim.
I don't blame. No,
I think it's the people who bought him here. And then they made him weaker in January. They took 2 players away from him.
Yeah, exactly.
And then did not
they didn't replace
any players on loan.
Exactly, and that's where we are today. That's why we don't have any firepower. What, you took away Rashford, you took away Anthony. Who else did you take away?
That's it.
That's it.
Yep. And Malacia.
Yeah. And left us thin.
Yeah.
Just to save a little bit of a wage bill.
Yes,
but then that means
the money.
That means, do you think that Betis will sign Anthony on a permanent? There's been rumors they are willing to offer.
Well, he set up a goal again tonight, and 4 assists and 5 goals.
I think Atletico Madrid is coming in.
Yeah,
there was strong rumors about Atletico wanting him, talking about £65 million.
Take it, but he's doing brilliantly in the shop window right now.
It's been a great show. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Stephanie, Genghis Khan Jr., Jamie Waynes, DJ Superfly Guy, the Bootinator, all our moderators. Thank you for pushing the likes. Neil Driscoll, congratulations, 35 years anniversary today. What an achievement. Lee Parker, Boxing Straight Talk, everybody, Daniel Brain, all of you. I'm so happy you tuned in. It's been a good show. Thank you, Noradin. Thank you, Mick, for helping me out. Wally is not here. He's in China or on his way to China now, and we will be back. I would say I don't know when will be the next show. So just press that bell, and you will get a notification next time Tactical Devils go live. It's been a good show. Thank you, everybody, and we will see you on the next one. Have a good night, everybody, and bye.
Bye. I'll be back.
Bye.